So when the thing goes red,
that
means that we're live.
Oh, so we're live.
It's red.
Hi, everybody.
Good evening and welcome. Hey, we are here.
We're technology experts.
That's right. That's why people pay us the big money, is to come in and talk about gear.
We know all this technology stuff. He's a social media maven, and I'm like a nerd thing.
Yeah. And that brings us to how we're doing so well in the airport here in Philadelphia. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching this live, which one person is, we see one now.
Good.
Woohoo!
They didn't see us with the intro. That's good.
Yes, this has been the greatest
no attention
show
to the intro
ever. Greatest show ever.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
So, we are at the Philadelphia airport. We just finished up at the mobile DJ meetup that was going on in Allentown, and we're headed back to Minneapolis, and we are on the same flight. Thank you, DJ Storm. Thank you for joining us. This is gonna be really weird. I'm zooming in. Rear, extreme close up.
It's not that either of us is getting older or that either of us' eyes are getting worse. It's just that cell phones are making the text smaller.
Very much so. Very, very much so. So, Mike, thank you for joining us. It's way, way over there. And now everyone's going to be commenting, oh, can you see this? How about this? How about this? It'll be great.
Hey, blurry name person, thanks for joining us.
Greg, thank you for being with us. So, Ben, we just finished 2 days hanging out with some of our DJ friends from literally around the country.
Yeah, it was good, well representation. Obviously a concentration from the Northeast, but there was a good representation from around the country.
And we were here learning and sharing. Owen and Don and Donnie put together a really a neat 2-day, and a little on a Sunday, but a 2-day event of educational content and kind of almost family building.
Yeah, it was good. For me, it was exactly what I'd hoped for, in that it was very relaxed, and I was able to kind of hang out and just sort of be a part of things. It was an intimate setting. Obviously, your presentation, people were on the edge of their seats. Brian's presentation, all the presentations were great. The AV was great. For me, that's really good to see. Good AV production, since we're in the AV industry. So kudos to Donnie and Don and Owen. You guys knocked it out of the park there. But yeah, an intimate family building. Yeah, I think that's a good characterization.
Yeah, very, very much so. We were basically, for the last 2 days, we kind of lived together. At the Holiday Inn right there, we had get up in the morning, and there were networking activities going on right away, first thing. Then we had seminars, and we had lunch together, and then more seminars, and in the evening we basically could go to the little pub they have there. Sam Adams, I don't think it was a pub, but anyway, Sam Adams' little...
Pretty sure if it's Sam Adams, it's a pub.
It's a pub, okay, thank you, that's what I thought, but it was. So we went and hung out there, and it was just kind of a neat time to network with not only some old friends that we've known forever, but to get to meet some people that maybe we only see online once in a while, or somebody that we're meeting here for the first time. So it was a neat experience.
Nice to put the face with the Facebook,
The face in Facebook.
Yeah.
That could be their motto for next year. We put the face in Facebook.
Hey Zuck, if you're watching, that's going to cost you royalties.
Man, we could be making money off that. We could be like charging a nickel each time.
Oh man,
a nickel.
A nickel.
Imagine what we could do if
we could afford ice cream.
10 of them. So that was what this show is going to be, is from an ice cream shop. And when you're in Philadelphia, you can find pretzel shops. You can
everywhere.
You can find burger stands and
cheesesteaks.
But ice cream,
not so much.
We'd have to go to a hamburger place and order ice cream, and that just defeats the purpose.
And truth be told, I wanted to get ice cream, and John reminded me that I'm a married man. And without my wife, it wouldn't be right if I got ice cream.
I'm gonna hand him his ice cream off camera? No, ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So we go without ice cream, and that'll be for our next. You know what we should do? We should have a time for our next show where your wife hands you ice cream off, and then I have. How cool?
You think we could coordinate that?
Not a chance.
No,
at least they
I don't
probably
think so.
would. Yeah. It would, and we would be the downfall of this, because if we would tell them, they would coordinate to make it happen, but somehow we would mess it up.
Probably so. Yeah.
So,
honey, if you're watching, I'm probably going to get ice cream anyway, just so you know. So it's a pretty good chance between here and the gate, I'm going to find a place. Yeah. I know you're not watching though, so I feel safe.
So the gate's right here. We're probably not too much of a chance of that. So, got to hang out, talk, and such. You guys had some different companies there that you were kind of answering questions about gear.
Yeah, it's a good vendor representation. Ape Labs was there, which is no surprise, because of course Owen is the guy in the U.S. in charge of that. But Adam Hall, which is the parent company for LD Systems and Gravity Stands, was there, and they had some killer show specials, and those are being extended, by the way. You can order those online from us, or message us, that sort of thing. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the coupon online, so
just message.
Yeah, just message. And Denon, excuse me, not Denon. Ooh, wow, major gaffe.
Not Denon.
Not Denon.
We're rewinding this part of the tape. You didn't see anything.
You did not hear Denon, but you did hear Roland. Jedi mind tricks won't work on me, young Skywalker.
No,
all right,
not so much.
Roland with the DJ 707, and Matt got up there and did a little demo on that. And I think people were just blown away at some of the DSP features. Finally, a DJ controller with a low cut and mic DSP. So that was a big hit, obviously. Then ProX was there, and I feel like I might be
Gravity stands.
Yep, got them. Yep, check.
Okay. And who's on the other side?
I think Better 5 Ice Cream. Just saying.
Yeah, that might help the thought process.
So
yeah, and then we had Danny Max. Max Photo Booth was there also.
They were there.
And then
of course, Promo Only was there.
Promo Only. Nick.
They're big supporters of the industry. Yep.
Yeah. So
I was trying to think of who we were representing or who I was there helping out, writing orders. But yeah, there were other great vendors there as well.
So yeah, it was really
the ADJ. The ADJ was a sponsor.
Was a sponsor of it. Yeah. So there was quite a few things around the room, and you could go talk to the different people, and they were showing some of the new products, great deals, as you said, from the LD systems there. That was pretty. Some people were like, "Wow, this is cheaper," and even the price on the Roland unit.
Yes.
We saw that only come out a little while ago.
Great price.
You guys had a price that was better.
That
than
one I know I can't tell you, but if you message, I can't. We can't say it in the video. That's like people are going to jump out from behind the counter and take me out if I try to tell you.
Well, actually, what they would do is they would come out from behind the counter and they would say, "No, you can't have ice cream," and they would take him right to the plate.
That's worse than getting beat up.
That is. That would be really sad because the tears when we couldn't find an ice cream stand as we're walking through. It was
allergies.
It was like, how can they have an airport?
It's dusty here. There's
without ice cream. And it's like Ben, it's okay.
I think there's a high pollen count. It's fall.
We'll survive without ice cream. But so we're gonna get it. We'll get through this. It'll be okay.
It was allergies, John. It was allergies.
So let's talk a little bit about the production of the show. You mentioned, of course, that the sound and such, but for a small event, these guys really put some time and effort and thought into this.
Well, these are event professionals who produced an event. I think that's a great way to start. And I'm not, yes I am, picking on a little bit some of the people who put on some of the other shows in our industry, because I think as an industry, when we do AV, Owen used the reference to Cobbler's Kids Have No Shoes. It's tough to go into some of these bigger shows in our industry and see an AV product that we would not provide to our own clients, So, without really picking on those and dwelling on the negative, we'll just focus on the positive, and I'll say these guys are event professionals who produced an event, and it showed. The video was great. They used, video processing equipment, the video switcher. It was easy to see. The lighting was great. It was themed, and it was controlled, and it was appropriate, and it lit up what it was supposed to light up, and it hid what it was supposed to hide, and the audio was great.
Yeah.
So, and none of this, frankly, should come as a surprise to us. This should be the status quo. This is what would be the normal for me if I was to provide services for an event. I would think that is my client's expectation, even though they're not in the AV industry. So it was really nice to see people in our industry do that for ourselves, and it was commented on a lot.
It was.
These are not my words. These are my words, but boy, I'm not the only one saying it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There were a lot of people who made note of that. So again, kudos. Donnie, Owen, dynamite job. I think Jesse did the lighting. I know there was other people involved. You did us proud.
Yeah, they definitely did. They really kind of, I would almost feel like they raised the bar a little bit on production of the shows. And of course, the next show coming up is the one that we're going to be doing in February. And I'm thinking to myself,
yeah, pressure's on.
The pressure's on. So I can try to match, exceed, or I can get rolls of toilet paper and color crayons, and I could do the PowerPoint.
John, I said this in the car on the way here. We were just having a good conversation with our friend Adam, who was driving us. But I said, I have no worries about your show. You're another guy that does, does everything he does well. And so I have no worries about the Aviator show. But you're right. I think this does raise the bar. The gauntlet has dropped a little bit. And again, this shouldn't surprise anybody. If that was done for insurance people or medical supply company or pick any corporate client that would hire us to do this, they wouldn't be surprised because that's their expectation. That's what they're paying for. So it was just nice to see people take that level of pride and attention. And you know, honestly, we shouldn't be talking about it. It should be the norm.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be so noteworthy. So
Yeah,
the gauntlet is dropped. Pressure's on
It
you.
is pressured on. So I'm going to get my color crayons. I'm going to start working and sharpening those to make sure that we are ready to go when it comes for February. So
And your keynote speaker, he better get busy so he's not awful.
yeah, we'll be talking more about the show and the keynotes and all the different seminars.
I'll get my crayons out too.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. Sorry, we got to go. Gus.
Yeah. Hey, Gus.
Gus, thank you for joining us here. So, just wanted to give you guys a quick little kind of recap here from day 2 before we hit the airplane back to Minnesota. We've got a few hours of flight ahead of us, and then I've got to drive, and Ben's going to take the plane. What's cool about when you live in Bemidji, that they will actually fly you right to your house. So it's you know, when you're going into those little airports, they're like, hey, you know, I could just drop you off on my way to the airport type of thing.
Yeah, almost. You know, they just push you out as they get in the glide path. Actually, my old house, my wife and I recently moved, and my old house was in the glide path, and so my wife would know when I was coming home. She'd hear the plane coming over. And when I mean the plane, I mean the plane. Because we only have 2 flights a day in Bemidji. So now we're not. So I guess it'll be a big surprise to her when I get home. You know, and noting that we're on the same flight, this might sound somewhat self-serving, but have a safe flight, John.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Although I don't know which one of us are going to get to Minnesota first.
Well, I'm in row 14, and I think you're in steerage. So
my ticket was so bad that it doesn't even say a seat. They're just like, you know, just come in, we'll find a corner, push you into it.
Putting a lawn chair on the wing for him.
Yeah. But I hear the snow cones are really good at 10,000, 20,000 feet.
Yeah, you get up there about 20 or 30 probably for snow
great.
cones.
It'd be great. So once again, thank you guys for
Don't eat the yellow snow cones.
How do you get yellow snow? That's a heck of a bladder day. And
Yeah.
that's for another time. So thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week with our full slate of shows here on DJNTV. We'll be Monday night, Tuesday. Oh yeah, we got everything going. Next week we'll be doing 2 shows. Ben and I will be talking on Tuesday, and then Brian will be back. And Brian's got a lot of stuff to talk about because he had a lot of different people bending his ear at this show, so I don't know which.
Well, he was the keynote at this show.
He was.
He did a great job. He asked me. He was just sort of said, "Hey, what did you think afterwards?" And I said, "You know what? You were you," and I think that's great.
That's exactly right.
You looked very comfortable, and I thought he did a dynamite job of just. I mean, he is Brian Redd, and he did a great job of just being him. So.
Yeah, he was up there for an hour, and he basically was between telling little stories, talking music, and doing the different things. Everybody's with him.
Absolutely.
I mean, 5 minutes into my presentation, most people were snoring, so it was really quite easy for me. After that, I just took a little nap with him.
Sorry about that. I was tired.
Brian everyone was with him, so it was good stuff. So, once again, thank you guys for watching. We're going to wrap things up, and we will see you next Tuesday night. Good night, everybody. And go.